How to use your body in your tennis swing. The first thing, it doesn't matter what shot you're doing, whether it's a forehand or a backhand, get your lead arm to be on the opposite side of your face. So if I'm hitting a left-handed forehand, my right arm, which is my lead arm, I want to get it to the left side of my face. So by the time I'm setting up, I'm going to be having my right arm pull back behind me. You want the lead arm to always get to the opposite side of your face because that's tensioning the fascial line or the muscles in your arm and along the lead side of your body. If you're not getting it to the opposite side of your face, you're not creating the tension that you want. And so when you're going to try to use your body, you're not going to be as effective knowing how your body's connected. So you need to create that tension that gives you the feedback with what you're doing with your body. Next, once you've created that tension, it doesn't matter if it's on the forehand, you're doing a one-handed backhand, you're getting that stretch and you're feeling that connection. It's a two-handed backhand, you're getting that stretch, you're feeling that connection. Now, how do we use our body to hit the shot? When we're going to use our body, when we step into it, try to have this lead foot pointing in the direction that you're trying to hit. So if I'm hitting toward the fence this way, away from the net, I want this lead foot to be pointing out so that my hips are going to easily rotate into that position. And also my weight is going to be easily transferring forward through my contact. So it doesn't matter if that is a forehand or that is a backhand. Watch pro players and see how they emphasize the lead foot pointing into the direction they're trying to hit. This is important because as we transfer our weight, we are transferring our weight, and now this lead leg can stand up, and as it's standing up, it's actually pulling our hip back right here. So if we're trying to think about using our body, it's not just using the hips, you also need to know how this is connected with the shoulders. Since our hips are rotating and our shoulders are rotating, we need to coordinate them. And if you're only focusing on one or the other, you're not fully tapping into your body's potential. So as we step in with our weight and our knees are bent, and now as we stand up out of this, it kind of feels like the hips are being pushed back. And so this is clearing the hips or getting the front hip out of the way. So as I'm stepping into this and my hips kind of sit back, when I stand up to get out of this, my hips are being kind of pulled back, even though it's not actually doing that in the full speed of the shot, because my weight is transferring forward. So if I was just staying back right here and I pushed my hips back, well, yeah, then I'm gonna be standing backwards, but I want my weight to be going forward so that I'm able to drive through my shot. So even though it might feel like my hips are being pushed back, my weight is driving through the shot. Next, moving on to the upper body. You want to stay down with the shot. Most people mess up on their shots because they are standing up and pulling off the shot. So if I am setting up for my shot down here and my rotation would be staying down, but when I actually hit, I'm popping up, my rotation is coming around. So I'm not staying on the contact of the ball as long as I want. So when we're using our legs or this lead leg to drive up and utilize the leg power in the swing, we need to make sure that we're staying down on the ball still. And so this is feeling like you're kind of bending over as you're doing the rotation, even though your head is actually staying relatively at the same height. So it might feel like I'm doing this as I'm rotating, even though I'm staying where I want to be. So I'm here and this lead leg is now driving up, but if I just let myself stand up in this position, I pull off the shot. If I allow myself to transfer my weight, and as this lead leg stands up, if I feel like I'm going down, now my leg is transferring that strength and power through the shot, while at the same time I'm keeping my head relatively still through contact. So I'm able to compress down through the ball and transfer my weight. So I've loaded on the back leg, I'm transferring my weight onto the front, and as this lead leg stands up, I'm compressing down. Even though this should be picking me up, I'm trying to stay down with the ball as I rotate. So my head is roughly the same height. Even though it might move a little bit, I'm trying to feel like I am staying down as I rotate. So here, and I'm staying down through the ball, and now I'm able to tap in to the full power of my body. And that doesn't matter if I'm doing a forehand, where I am allowing that lead arm to get to the opposite side of my head, and I transfer my weight, and I'm staying down as this goes through to follow through, or I'm doing a one-handed backhand, I'm transferring my weight, I'm getting the lead hand to the opposite side of my head, I'm transferring my weight as this lead leg stands up, I'm staying down through the shot so I can utilize the power of my legs as well as getting the rotation, but now I'm staying on target with my swing. Or if I'm doing a two-handed backhand, I'm getting this lead hand to the opposite side of my head, creating that tension. And now as I transfer my weight from my back foot onto the front foot, the lead leg is bent. As this stands up, I'm trying to feel like I'm staying down as I'm rotating. So this is moving up, and I'm here, and now I'm able to stay with my shot and use the power of my body as I'm following through. So if you want to tap into the full potential of your body, you have to focus on not just using the hips, not just using the shoulder, but what is the unit doing? So if we're looking at it holistically, you're transferring the weight, getting that tension to elastically respond when you want to. You're right here, using this lead leg to stand up. This is what's clearing your hips out of the way. And as you're doing that, you're trying to stay on the ball, which means it feels like you're staying down, even though you're not really doing that. An example with the medicine ball is having your weight load from here, and now as I transition forward and I'm standing up, I'm trying to feel like I'm staying down as I toss, down as I toss through it. A forward example with the medicine ball, I'm transitioning my weight from my back foot onto the front foot. As this leg moves up, I'm feeling like I'm staying down through my shot before I pop up. With that, you're able to harness the full power of your body. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this content.